Moving on from there, the civil society organization is asking the federal government to diligently scrutinize the beneficiaries of the presidential pardon. The group also wants governments to investigate alleged cases of human rights violations, extortion and brutality involving officers enforcing the lockdown. TVC News' Celestine Area has details in this report.
A Presidential Advisory Committee on Prerogative of Mercy was instituted on the 28th of August 2018 to advise the President on granting pardons to deserving inmates and ex-convicts in line with the provisions of Section 175 of the Constitution. This initiative was part of the efforts by the federal government to speedily decongest correctional and custodial centers in the country. Now, in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic, this has become even more imperative and has resulted in a quickening of the process. On 9th of April 2020, the Attorney General of the Federation flagged off the 2020 presidential pardon and clemency to inmates. A total number of 179 persons were interviewed. As a result, presidential pardon was granted to 2 inmates, 39 granted clemency, and 5 ex-convicts granted pardon. This exercise is still being carried out across the country. But the inmate and ex-convict whose names get into the presidential pardon list has become a source of concern to well-meaning Nigerians. The Global Center for Conscious Living Against Corruption is worried that convicted ex-governors are allegedly lobbying their way into the list.
There should be punitive measures to take care of these ex-governors, because releasing them or granting them pardon will make nonsense of the entire genuine effort of President Muhammadu Buhari.
The group also expresses concern over the increase of human rights violation allegedly committed by security operatives at mounted roadblocks in various parts of the country since the lockdown order was effected.
We also issue a copy to the the Human Rights Commission, so that we'll have a holistic dealing with all cases that has to do with the violation of human rights, including the extrajudicial killings.
Many amateur videos had made rounds on social media platforms from various states on alleged human rights violations and extortion by security personnel. Aziz Idowu, commander of the Ministerial Enforcement Task Team on COVID-19, says officers on essential duties in the FCT are well trained and tutored on the Riot Act and are of good conduct. No case of human rights abuse by security personnel in the FCT has been recorded.
And I make it a point of duty every morning to read out the riot, the do's and don'ts. And this best explains the reason why you can see that we have never recorded any negative incident in this Abuja, probably in the area of somebody misusing his firearms, probably in the area of somebody flogging, you understand? We don't do it.
As Nigeria continues its fight against the ravaging coronavirus, which is a threat to national, economical and food security, it is important the government do not neglect its duty in the fight against corruption and human rights violation. Celestine Area, TVC News, Abuja.